Today we're going to be looking at some lateral flexion of the spine, as well as how to load it a little bit to make it a little more difficult if you've already kind of mastered that little progression that we're going to go over to begin with. Always important to kind of focus on spinal flexion and extension first, because working on that mobility, learning to open up each segment is going to give you the best carryover to both rotation and lateral flexion. But we also want to make sure that we're moving in more than just one plane, right? So if we're just moving into flexion and extension, we're just moving in the sagittal plane. We're never getting any rotation, which is the transverse plane, or lateral flexion, which is the more frontal plane. Our spine is meant to move in all those directions, so we're going to go over those two moves now. I like to have my feet relatively close together. Make it a little harder. Bring your arms up in front of you. Bend as far as you can to the side, and back up. We'll do it again here. Try to stay in that plane. So the key is you want to stay directly diagonal. You don't want to be coming forward or going back. The other thing you want to be able to do is make sure you can breathe in that position. If you're just kind of bouncing in and out, you're not really working on that, owning that position and really being comfortable in that position. So what I like to recommend to do, especially when you're first starting out, get in that position and then take a few deep breaths. And then back up. Obviously, working to go a little farther and farther in each direction, you'll find that you have one side tighter than the other. Going to the side that I've been going to is actually my tighter side, but it's going to work on one, just moving the spine. Two, it's also going to work on stretching and strengthening of those obliques, lateral trunk, so like your QL, erector spinae, things like that. The next thing we're going to go into is a little bit of a loaded variation. So we're going to take our band, which we have right here. We're going to attach it to something, and then it's going to pull us into it, since it's going to be like a kind of an eccentric, concentric type of motion. I'm going to attach it here. Just like so. Up, overhead, take a step out if you need more resistance. It's going to slowly pull you. You're going to control it on the way down. And then bring it back up. Make it a little harder. You can step out a little farther. You can also use a heavier band, but since we're at home, I don't have access to a lot of heavy bands. But work on that. Just working on the body weight version is super good as well, and I'll recommend that for most people, but a little bit more advanced version is going to be what you saw right there. Check it out, guys. Try it out. Comment below what you think.